Hey, what's going on, everyone? My name is Ben Zogby. I'm the founder of Highstrike Trading, and I'm here with our 4 Highstrike Trading School instructors. We pulled everyone together here down in Tampa, Florida. We're actually on a team retreat. We're just kind of, messing around down here in Florida, taking a vacation in the middle of February. I wanted to pull these guys together to kind of talk about our trading journey that we've all gone through. These guys were once students of Highstrike Trading School. We took this team vacation down here to Tampa, Florida, like literally just to get away in the middle of February. And the power that trading has had to let us do this is actually phenomenal. And we're going to be going through, these guys were all members of Highstrike Trading School, all students. Started off just by buying our intro course, and then their trading careers evolved from there. These two are full-time traders. They're on the Highstrike Trading team. Alex makes videos for the team every single day. Clayton manages the chat, and Ben works a full-time job. Ben actually has 3 sources of income, is killing it in everything he does. So we're going to introduce to you kind of our stories and kind of talk about just everyone's path that that they've taken to get to this point. I think just chatting with these guys this week, we really realized that it's really amazing what everyone's been able to accomplish here, and we really couldn't have all done it without HST. So I think the first one of you guys to join was probably Ben, right?
It would have been actually right around the time Alex joined.
Yeah.
It was November. It was very early November of 2019.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know when in the month he joined, but it was within a couple weeks of each other for sure.
Yeah, so I mean, you want to take us just kind of through how you started? I remember you called me up and asked me what a broker was.
Yeah. So that was when I was in grad school at WPI. So Zogby and I went to college together. Somebody that I just thought he was a really cool dude, and actually I kind of stayed in touch with him just as somebody I went to school with. Kind of pals, checked in how he was doing and stuff. And then one day I saw he posted an Instagram saying he was done being an engineer. So that just kind of sparked my interest. I was like, dude, what are you doing? That's amazing. Because I was working part-time job, full-time grad student while playing baseball. So I was drowning in work, was looking at my future, being like, man, it'd be really cool to generate something on the side that who knows where it could take me one day. So seeing somebody I knew that I also went to high school and college with do this, I was super curious about, how was he able to do this? Somebody that I all of a sudden was really looking at as this guy could be a mentor if we are able to create a relationship. So I asked him about his course. I started saving up money for my part-time jobs and stuff. I was like, dude, I want to take this course so bad. Gave him a call to learn some more about it, just so I knew what I was getting with my money. And that's actually during the call when I knew absolutely nothing about the stock market. Ben's telling me all this stuff like, yeah, if you need to set up a broker, then tell me what your goals are. We'll walk you through the first few modules of the course and stuff. And again, I had his phone number, so he was so open to me asking him questions and stuff. So thank you so much for that. And that's when on the phone, at the end of it all, I'm like, okay, because I was taking notes, everything he said, literally everything he said, I was writing down. And I was like, so what's a broker? and that he was like, he just got a, oh boy. That's how the response was. But you know what I mean? Like a course didn't make me feel like an idiot or anything, which looking back now, I'm like, oh my God, obviously just knowledge level was not there whatsoever. So I mean, just having somebody be so receptive to in accepting beginners and really wanting to, just because I was somebody that was interested in what he had created, he took the time to talk with me on the phone for well over an hour, just answering questions. And that's immediately when I was like, I don't know about the rest of his students that he has and stuff, but I was all in. I was like, absolutely, I want to learn it. Even if I fail at this, it's something worth trying. Because like I said, I was drowning in schoolwork, part-time work, full-time work. I was captain on the baseball team, so I was like, you know what? Why not add something else into the schedule too that I think I could create a pretty cool vision and future with. So that's really what sparked me with it. And then, that November is when I started the course, went through all the modules and stuff, and that January of 2020 is when I first placed my first trade. Started with $100 as, you recommended, because we basically trade with what you're willing to lose at first, right? Ended up going pretty well for me though. Stuck to my $1 per day goal. I actually used to trade at my part-time job at the campus bookstore because I'd work a lot of opening shifts because those are the hours I could get with my baseball practice in the afternoons, as well as courses in the afternoons being a grad student. So I used to try to sneak in trades and stuff while I was working part-time at the bookstore, and really just, getting proof of concept and where I wanted to take it from there.
Yeah. Doing pretty well today, aren't you?
Yeah, so Ben mentioned I do a couple things. So I am a full-time engineer still. Engineering school is still, something that I got a lot of value from, and I want to continue doing that, at least for definitely the foreseeable future. Who knows where this will go, right? But I am a full-time engineer right now. I'm also a part-time personal trainer and own my own personal training business. And then obviously my third stream of income is my trading. So that's the way I love to think of it. Is my 9 to 5 is my primary source of income. Secondary is trading though, right there, and then my personal training is my third. So personal training is something I put like 15, 20 hours a week into, to be honest, but I'm able to beat that income with my trading, which is an awesome feeling, because especially somebody that works full-time, all of my trades need to be pretty quick. I'm usually in and out at most 20 minutes, and it's just an amazing feeling sometimes when, you know, a lot of days I'm able to match what my 9 to 5 is paying me, and I match it in 20 minutes. There's no better feeling than that, because I'm like, you know what, I'm getting the paycheck from work at the end of the week, and I just gave myself a paycheck with trading. So there's really no better feeling than that. And I know we talk about like multiple streams of income, but this course has taught me that just from being put together with you, Ben, in particular, but then other like-minded individuals within our community, just talking with them about multiple streams of income.
Just being surrounded by,
And I was like, oh my God, that finally has a meaning to me, because that's something I heard in high school, heard in college, and I was like, well, what does that mean? Just get multiple jobs? And that is a way to create multiple streams of income, right? But just being around other traders and also entrepreneurs, really, that's what really just motivated me to start my own personal training business. It's something that, you know, I was educated and certified in, and I was like, hey, I should be doing my own thing on the side too. Like, definitely motivated me to at least give it a try, and it's been going well so far. Who knows where it will go?
Yeah, for sure. It's exciting. And Alex, you joined
So
same week, I think, right?
Yeah, I think I joined like a couple weeks after Ben. So what I did was, going over, I graduated from my college, University of Central Florida, back in, August of the summer of 2019. And with that, my whole plan was to kind of like go to med school. I wanted to be an orthopedic surgeon. I was big into baseball, big into sports. And, then I started, placing emphasis on time. And I realized I was like just literally reflecting in my room one day, and I'm like, wow, like I already just graduated, like 4 years went away that fast. And I'm like, what did I accomplish in those 4 years? And I was like, wow, I spent a lot of time, again, studying, and I know going into the med field, that's what it's going to take and everything. But, I maybe left out some time for myself, maybe left out some time for like spending time with family and friends and, really doing things that I wanted to do. And when I picked up trading, I'm like, at some point, if I can replace even half of what a physician's salary is, the time that comes out of that, like the extra time that I would have, is invaluable, because time is, to me, the most valuable thing, and that's literally the whole aspect of why I wanted to do trading. So I joined Highstrike, I think it was the end of November, and the first couple months I was just watching the videos. I was taking notes, asking questions, and then in January, kind of like when Ben started, that's where I really started trading. And everyone's gonna have those roadblocks. For me, it was more emotional, because again, trading is all about like the psychology aspect of it. So the course, awesome course. I like figured out everything from A to Z. It was just the aspect of when you put your money into the game, your skin into the game, complete different ball game. And that was for me the toughest part to understand. But eventually, once I got over that fear and over that, it was kind of like a second nature kind of thing. And I was like, I'm 23. I have nobody depending on me, right? It's just me. I don't have like a wife. I don't have kids. Let me take this risk, and school will always be there. And if I have to go back to school at some point, then I do. But right now, I enjoy trading. I'm doing pretty well. And, I wake up every day happy. I go to bed happy. And at the end of the day, that's really all you can kind of ask for.
Literally all you want. Right. Yeah.
So.
And I saw you over there. I made $300 this morning from vacation.
It was, literally $300 in like 40 seconds.
Yeah, literally. Like, in what other world can you go on vacation with, I guess, your teammates at this point and just crank out a Amazon trade in 45 seconds? Like, that doesn't happen every day.
No.
But it's pretty powerful to be able to do that. And I know firsthand that you worked incredibly hard to get to this point. And nothing comes without hard work. Like, literally nothing worth having comes easy either. So you got there though.
That's kind of the motto that I went with, where a lot of trading, you're going 2 steps forward, 1 step back, or sometimes 1 step forward and 2 steps back. And it's a lot about just not even the trading, it's just the whole being mindful and being self-aware of what's going on around you. And I worked very hard to get to where I'm at right now. Like, even in quarantine, when COVID started hitting really hard and everybody was in lockdown from like March to April, that's really when everything started getting really bad. I was sitting there every night, like from like 9 a.m. for when the market opened until literally like midnight, either trading, watching the markets, doing on-demand trading, taking notes, watching videos, whatever it was, because I know I still needed to improve. And I had friends messaging me they wanted to either hang out or they wanted to, play PlayStation or play video games. And I'm like, dude, I can't do that right now, And they're like, why not? Why are you being lame? I'm like, well, because, this is something that I want to do for a living. I enjoy it. And, I can see this as being a very good source of, primary income. Even for some people, like Ben, it's a great secondary source of income.
Yep.
So with that extra time, I wanted to use it to my advantage.
Yeah, absolutely. And Clayton, you were...
I actually joined around
the
right
same
when
exact time.
everyone was the same. I didn't realize that Chafee actually joined around the same time that me and Alex did.
Yeah.
But I did realize that Alex was active in the group like this same time that I was.
Yep.
And we actually touched base and talked about everything and kind of went back and forth about, our trading experience and just the course and everything like that, and kind of learned together. And I definitely remember several times kind of touching base with him about the progress that I've seen him make and vice versa. So that was really nice. And when I started out, so in high school, my positions football coach, so I was a DB, he was my position coach, and he taught like the I don't want to say investing class, but economy. And he really went over investing and things of that nature, but never really went into trading.
Yeah.
And so in the class, he actually did something where he wanted us to look at companies and invest like a demo, do kind of a demo trade and see how it would go by the end of the semester. And so after that point, I wasn't really serious about, the market or anything about that. I had no knowledge about it. My dad actually works on the railroad, so I just said, okay, I'm gonna pick this stock and see how it does until the end of the semester. And after that, it was like, that was the first little spark. And then I did actually end up opening a brokerage account after that class not too long after, and I did invest some money and saw a nice return due to the fact that the sector I invested in was really hot at the time. And honestly, it was just basically pure luck.
Yeah.
And so after that, it was like a beginner's luck, and I just kept on at it and just kept on looking at the markets more and more, just slowly easing into it and everything. And at one point in time, I had no clue what I was doing. I really had no clue what I was doing. And this was about probably 2017, 2018. And I joined the course 2019 around November as well. So, I mean, for about a year and a half or so, I dabbled in it, and I had no clue what I was doing. And luckily, I wasn't trading with size or anything like that. But I actually traded like earnings reports. I had no clue what I was doing. I was like, okay, I don't know what's going on, but I'm making money sometimes. So, And the wins were actually balancing out the losses by a good portion. So I was like, okay, like, is it this easy? And then I did run into a loss, and I was like, wait a second, hold on, like maybe I should get some more knowledge about this. And I did see, I was looking through Instagram, I was looking through social medias and everything as to a mentor, a course, someone that I could get knowledge from directly, because I knew you could go onto YouTube and things like that and get some information, but it's just like tidbits. You have to kind of connect the dots yourself.
Right.
And I wanted someone that kind of did that for me, you know what I mean? So I saw your page actually, and I saw several others, but yours really I gravitated towards because of the fact of not only the content that you provided on Instagram, but also the fact that whenever I had a question I asked you, you were always on it. You really answered it to the fullest of your capabilities, and I actually walked away with a lot of knowledge that I didn't have beforehand.
That's your role now.
Yeah, and that's why I like taking my role. Yeah, I like giving back, and I feel like this group really helped change my life, like full 180, because I had no clue what I wanted to do. I mean, I thought something along psychology, business, something like that, and I really didn't want to go to college, and both of those you really kind of have to unless you're going to business kind of, in the dark, and so
Yeah.
I didn't want to do that. And I obviously wanted to gravitate towards someone that I trusted, and you
Yeah.
were someone with the feedback that you gave me, how open you were and everything, that was something I gravitated towards, and it was really welcoming. So I really try to give that same feeling back to everyone in the
Right.
group. I try
Yeah.
to make it a welcoming thing,
Reciprocation.
a supportive feeling, and also giving them the knowledge that can hopefully get them to the point where I am today,
Yeah.
or wherever they want to be in the future. So I went from literally knowing nothing to taking a class in high school with very minimal at best knowledge that I gained from that, dabbling around, and then actually falling upon someone who had the knowledge to give to me that I could implement in trading and investing, and overall the group and as a whole. It's not just one person.
Yeah, right.
Everyone contributed. I mean, like I said, I talked to Alex quite frequently, and we really bounced ideas back and forth, like how our trading was going, how we were
Right.
doing, and really we're just touching base and everything like that. And I think if I didn't have that, if I just had the information alone, I really don't know if I'd be trading still, because the support is huge. Like, I talked to a lot of people in the group today about how it's really a psychology game.
Yep.
Like, this is how you figure yourself out. I've seen quotes where people say you learn more about yourself in 1 year trading than you do in a lifetime
Yeah,
of not having done
100%.
anything. And I
Numbers and
really,
psychology.
yeah,
Yeah. Mhm.
wholeheartedly agree with that. So
Yep.
I feel like having that support group, not only just in terms of the knowledge and everything like that, but actually being supportive emotionally and things like that, I
Yeah.
think that has greatly helped not only just me, but I've seen several other traders in the group when they're in a rut or whatnot, or even when they hit it big, to help not get greedy, to help not overscale and things like that, and
Yeah.
make stupid mistakes that they know they shouldn't make, but just due to emotions controlling them, a lot of people tend to make those mistakes.
Yeah, I think like I guess the tempo that we bring like is contagious. So if you're in a group that's like all about making the most amount of money as fast as possible, it's gonna spread, especially if like the instructors are like that. So I think we just really have done a good job of setting that tone early in the group, and making this group not about blowing up your account and making a ton of money the fastest possible, or like stonks only go up, or like let's all trade GM. Like, just no, I'm serious, because most groups out there are like that. And because the other day someone in the group was like, hey, can you do a video on Dogecoin? And people were just jumped on them. They were like, no, we don't do that here. We do this the right way. And that starts with you guys. Like, you guys, all of us, we set the tone so that this group is we do it the correct way. We're not out here trying to make a ton of money. We're trying to make some money sustainably and do it the correct way, while teaching about the stock market and letting people kind of progress through it at their natural pace, and fundamentally learn, instead of only reaching for those results. And that's the correct way to do it. I think it's very contagious how all of us manage the group, how the materials are put together, and it's just amazing that we can all sit down here together and be like, look, the snowball's rolling, right? We got a community of thousands of traders. Snowball's rolling, and everyone's really contributing to it. So I think that's awesome.
I think the biggest thing with the group was that we were all trying to go with the approach of, you can't go 0 to 100. You have to go from 0 to 10,
Yep.
10 to 20, 20 to 30, like the gradual progression, because if you go too fast, you're going to miss something.
Yeah.
And then just as quick as you went up, you're going to come down just as quickly. For example, just GME, pretty much. But no, I mean, seriously, even going back to what Clayton said, trading, the group has been a great experience, because trading is a lonely thing. Like, you're literally, for the most part, in your room by yourself.
Yeah, can be.
And, it's one of those things where a lot of people that don't understand the markets, they don't understand how trading works, they may judge you. So you can't really share anything with other members of, like, your family or your friends until, they experience it themselves.
Yep.
And, when I first started getting into the markets and getting into trading, I had friends I literally have picture on my phone that I read like almost every day.
I remember.
I
this.
shared it to the group.
I definitely remember.
My
this.
friend literally looked at me and he texted me, "Once a gambler, always a gambler." And from that moment, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna prove him wrong.
Done.
And
Yeah.
you know, here I am.
Use
I'm
nicer words than I would have.
Oh boy. Well, I mean, it's like
success.
you
man.
can.
That's what hurts.
Yeah, people don't want to hear from you until you have something they want.
Yeah.
And I talked to all of you guys this weekend, and you've said that in the last few months you've heard from people you haven't heard from in 2 years, saying, hey man, like what's up with the stock market?
right.
And
Yeah.
what did you guys do? Ghost, right?
Depends.
No, ghost them. They don't want to learn. They don't get to.
Right.
they don't
Right.
get to
Oh,
eat,
I
you know?
usually take the approach. Hey, check out this course. Like
Yeah,
that's usually
or
the approach
that.
I try to take, right? Because you know what I mean. I'm like, hey, this resource has been fantastic for me. You should check it out. Don't
Right.
just blow up my DMs. Absolutely. I get that point across. Obviously, if it's somebody repeating, just sending me over and over. Yeah, at that point, I don't answer
Yeah.
them. You know, I will give them the Highstrike trading Instagram. That's
Yeah.
pretty much how I apply it. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's usually when I just send people. I'm like, hey, here's a great resource for you. Use it right here. It worked for me. It worked for thousands of other people. Put in the work yourself, and I'll be happy to see you in the group.
Yeah.
Like beyond happy to see you.
That's
in
got
the
to
group.
be validation for you too. That like you've gotten to a point, and obviously you're here. You've gotten to a point where people want something from you, and you should be proud of that.
You have the knowledge that they want.
Exactly.
Yeah, that all came from Highstrike as a community and you directly, Ben. As much as I've created a relationship with these two guys sitting here as well, really, man, I mean, it came from you being a motivation and really a mentor to me.
Yeah.
And I know these guys feel the exact same way.
Well, it's bigger than anyone. So.